Hello and welcome to the Long View with me, Jon Jordan. Today we are looking at something a bit different. It's not a game, it is a rewards platform called RewardMob. This is the app. You can see you play various games within the app and then you get rewarded for them. It's basically a loyalty type program. It's interesting, I guess it's using Bitcoin, so it has its own currency, which is called RMOB. And this is just to kind of show how the reward system works in a particular way. So this is Tropical Blast was a game I was playing yesterday. If we can see here, I've got 61 unopened rewards. We can see here at the bottom, I'll move that out of the way. So I was 227th of all the people who played. I didn't have many points, but it's partly because I've not opened my rewards. And the person who won got 6,000 RMOBs with 140,000 points. Okay, but let's open these rewards. You can see kind of it's quite funny. Part of the reason I've been accumulating my rewards is to show this kind of system. So this is the kind of system. If I was in this leaderboard, I would get rewards. But for every game I played, depending on how well I played, I got these extra rewards. So I've got quite a lot of them, obviously 61. It's going to take a bit of time to unlock them all. But basically, it kind of happens on this kind of randomized carousel. As you can see here, I'm getting points. I can double my points by watching a rewarded video ad. And the points are just kind of an internal currency for RewardMob. They're not the cryptocurrency. They're not the RMOB ones. You can see there's other things in this carousel as well. So the points are kind of meaningless, I think. You can see there's some tokens there, so the RMOB tokens. There's also, you can see at the start, there we go, like a Amazon card. And we can see here, down here, it says recent prize winners. So we can see here that Nadia S won 2,000 RMOB tokens an hour ago. Claude F won 10 25 minutes ago. So it's encouraging us that some people are winning these tokens. Of course, the thing with cryptocurrency is that everyone kind of assumes every cryptocurrency is going to be the next Bitcoin and be worth whatever $10,000 a token. Clearly, that's not the case. And I'll do that later. And a lot of these cryptocurrencies now are, even some of the big ones, are trading at less than $1. I mean, obviously, they have to start somewhere, I guess, is the idea, and it depends how many are being mined or being created. So we can see a kind of trend happening here. I've opened now, getting on for 10, and I'm racking up the points. Oh, kind of close-ish to a token there. So the big question is, if I'm unlocking 61 rewards, will I actually win anything other than points? I'm kind of guessing that I probably won't, because I've been playing some RewardMob games for the last couple of days, and must admit I've never won anything other than points. But hoping, doing 61, so that's the first 10 done, I might actually win something. Now, of course, the only thing that's actually overtly valuable in this carousel deck is the Amazon credit. So I would think the Amazon credit is the least likely thing for me to win, because that means that RewardMob are actually paying out money. Obviously, the points are, as I say, kind of meaningless. I'm sure you can do something with them, but the tokens are kind of interesting. I guess this is why these kind of cryptocurrency systems are interesting, because there is some idea that they will potentially have some sort of monetary value, and once you're given them, you can do things with them. You can potentially exchange them. Obviously, most of these currencies are convertible into other currencies. This one, the RewardMob currency, the RMOB currency, is actually based on a blockchain system called Waves. So I would assume that RMOB could be at some point exchanged into Waves. And then potentially that could be exchanged into Bitcoin or even money. But as we can see, I'm just racking up these older these old points. Now, I think what is interesting about this kind of stuff is people at the moment are interested in cryptocurrencies and are interested in kind of playing these kind of systems just to see what happens. Really, I think there's anyone with any experience will probably kind of realise that they're not going to make lots of money out of this. If they want to make lots of money, they should have bought Bitcoin in 2013 or something. And certainly by playing a game for I wouldn't say I played an enormous amount of RMOB games. I probably paid for about an hour yesterday. Probably actually not even an hour. So clearly a system is not going to work that rewards me for playing their game for an hour with $100. Even if I was watching a lot of these adverts, doubling my points, the monetary value I'm generating for the system is clearly less than $1. So it's be very hard. I'd be very lucky if I'm getting more than $1 amount of the system, because obviously the system can't be paying out more than it's generating. And obviously the point of RMOB is people are interested in winning these kind of currencies, so they play the games a lot more. The game I was playing was kind of like a match-3 Tetris type thing. I mean, it was a fine game, quite enjoyable, but nothing extraordinary in and of itself. So the reason people were playing it was because it was part of this kind of platform that people are interested in. But for the system to scale, obviously it has to be making money for developers to put their games into the system to support the system, and obviously the RewardMob itself has to be making money, otherwise it can't run the system. But I do think, on top of all that, the fact that now I've not quite halfway through, almost halfway through, and all I'm winning is points, makes it a difficult user experience. So it looks like to me the only way you can actually win RMOB tokens is to be on the leaderboard of a tournament. There's always a tournament happening. But from me playing the games, it looks like you would pretty much be having to play the game all the time, or certainly for a number of hours every day, in order to generate the leaderboard position you would need to then win some tokens, which may or may not be worth anything in future. So this is a halfway point. So on my experience, the chance, I can't say the chance of winning anything other than points. I can't say what that is because I've not won anything other than points. So for me, the chance of winning points is 100%. But I would imagine clearly the chance of winning anything else is, I would suggest, less than 1%, because I've definitely opened more than 100 rewards. See, it's kind of funny. Actually, it doesn't play with you that much. It's not like one of those spin the wheels where it kind of looks like you won something and then it very slowly ticks over to the you didn't win anything kind of situation. So it's not being overly mean, but equally, I do kind of think that the concern with these kind of loyalty systems is if people are putting a lot of time in and not getting anything out, then clearly it's not going to scale fundamentally from a user experience point of view. The other interesting thing is it doesn't really tell me how many points I'm winning. So you kind of think if points were a big thing, it'd be going, you've racked up how many points have I won now? Must be, I'm getting on for 1,000. I have won 1,000 points before. That was quite exciting in the not very big scheme of things. They're playing with me now. Almost 1,000 points. Instead, I only won 10 points. In fact, there's no difference between the two, as far as I can ascertain. No, we're getting down under 20 now. Not looking very likely, is it? I don't think. Oh, now that is playing with me. That's been a bit naughty. So the other thing to say is the RewardMob platform. I guess like all these things is in beta at the moment. Really, it's not. It's in the early stages. They've only just started putting in third-party games. So for a long time, it was just running. They were running their own games in there. So the quality of the games is definitely increasing. And obviously, as the network scales up and more people are playing, then they can start potentially being a bit more generous in giving out actual stuff that might be worth something. Imagine when you're starting off one of these systems, and they've not generated that. I don't think they've raised that much VC money, so they're not like one of these big Silicon Valley companies that's raised $100 million and can start kind of giving it all away to people to kickstart the system. This is much more of a there we go, 1,000 points. Well, hey, so potentially it's funny. So when you get 1,000 points, actually, that would be the one time I would do a rewarded video ad. But obviously, it's not giving me the option to do a rewarded video ad. It gives me the option when I've won 10 points. So yeah, so it is early days for RewardMob, and I'm certainly not trying to be mean to them. I just thought it was kind of funny on my previous experiences playing over the weekend that I literally hadn't won any rewards. So I thought doing a video, saving up my rewards, and then doing a video to see if I did win anything might be quite amusing. Partly because I'm obviously hoping that I'm going to, the last spin of the dice, I'm going to win something, and then all this video will look like a total setup. But what are we on to now? 9, see. I'm thinking it's unlikely. So I guess my conclusion from this, assuming I don't win anything, will be that probably RewardMob does need to look at its reward structure. Because I am feeling a little bit underwhelmed. Even to the point of actually saying what these points might actually be worth something. I mean, it wouldn't be that bad if you go, well, you can get, when you get 1,000 points and you can transfer them to one, RMOB token, or maybe 10,000 points would probably be a bit too much, but maybe even 5,000 points. It'll give you some reason for everything you're doing is just building up, is just accumulating. So even if you are playing a little bit every day, that will kind of over time might give you something more than just these kind of meaningless points, or seemingly meaningless points. No. 3, come on, lucky number. Bum, bum, bum. And you can see there from that tournament I was playing on a Sunday, so it was a weekend one, so it was a slightly bigger tournament. That was 30,000 RMOB points, RMOB tokens were being given away. That was the prize pool. So it's not like none of these things are being given away, just not to me. There we go. Boo-hoo. None. So I did I move up? I've got 5,900 points, and I'm 351st. So we can see actually we can see here the guy at the top, who's currently, I guess, as the tournament's still in operation, got if he stays at the person who's number one anyway, is going to win 60,000. 6,000 RewardMob tokens, and the person in second place is going to win $60. So that's interesting. That it seems like if you go all the way down, it looks like it's a correlation there. So it seems to be suggesting that it's 100 RewardMobs to $1. Whether you actually want to win $60 or 6,000 of these RMOB tokens that no one really at the moment knows how much they're going to be worth is an interesting point. But it does seem to be. You can see how the reward is structured, but literally you have to be on this leaderboard, which as you see down now, we're going to, so it goes to the top 100 wins something. So if you're in 100th place, you win 60 cents. But for that, you need 17,000 points. At the moment, I've got less than 6,000, so we need to see, it's not ridiculous, but I'm going to have to spend probably about 4 hours or 3 hours playing the game. At which point, all these people would have been playing 3 hours as well. So it's a moving target. So I won't be doing that. Anyway, that was my video for today. So 63 reward spins of the wheel was not good enough to give me anything. So we'll see if I keep going. Maybe I should save up 100 and then keep doing every time I get 100 rewards. Then video the spin of the wheel until I finally win something, and then I will be ecstatic, obviously. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hope to see you again soon.